There's been a revolution over the last 30 years or so in terms of the cars that are cleaning up in hill climbing. In my day, which was a long time ago, most of the hill climb cars were ex-circuit cars, Coopers and things like that. Then came Mike Pilbeam with specialist hill climb cars, and he was very successful. And then came OMS 35 years ago, and I'm with Steve and Lynn Owen. Steve has the bright ideas, Lynn is the boss who keeps it under control, and they both drive and compete in the car. So 35 years ago, did you have any idea that it would lead to a production line and lots of cars?
I didn't think I'd still be stood here, I must admit.
No. It was just so that we could go racing and maybe our friends could join us and we could all have good fun. And it's just mushroomed.
We're going to have an engine starting next to us in just a minute.
I would just say, though, when you were just saying about Mike Pilbeam, the biggest inspiration we had was Alan Staniforth, who did the terrapin, because I had a terrapin in the... I'd done saloon, I'd done rallying and karting and everything else, and I got a terrapin, and then I was inspired by Alan Staniforth, and he was a massive driving force that you could do it yourself, and he was behind Dave Gould and John Corbin and other people, so it was more to do with that than Mike, I would say.
And he gave people a lot of advice on suspension setup, didn't he?
Endless with that string computer that I never understood yet, and I don't think anyone else does anyway, but he was the driving force.
So has the OMS design just developed over the years, but no radical changes?
Well, I guess it has, because originally they were space frame, and originally we did 600s and 500s because John Corbin was doing the Jedi at the time, so he just started that and we did them as well, because I came from a bike background, so the bike engine thing was good for us. But as it's gone on, we've moved it to carbon fibre and we did aluminium monocoques and honeycomb, so it has evolved. They've still got 4 wheels and an engine, but everything in between has changed over the years, you know.
Will you still build a space frame car if somebody asks you to?
Yes, we still do. We still do all, models and all spares and everything.
It's catering for different budgets.
Yes.
Not everybody is in a position to be able to afford a brand new carbon car, but they're in a position to have either brand new space frame or, we have so many of our older models that are still on the hills.
Still getting bent.
So it's...
Unlike most of the, I'm not disparaging, but the little manufacturers, they've got Gould is involved with components for F1, DJ are making bike parts, but this is your focus, racing cars.
Yeah, it's always been the focus. We always do the racing car stuff. I've done odd things over the years for people, and I built a car that went on the road, and I do pre-65 trials bike frames and things, but the main thing is the cars. I sell enough cars to keep us going. We don't really.
Brilliant.
And 196 so far. 196.
196. So is there going to be a big party when you complete the 200?
We get the other 4 sold and we get to 200.
We're just looking for somebody who wants 4 cars, and that's it. I can pack it in.
But quite a lot have gone overseas. Australia, 1 or 2?
Yeah, Australia. We're 5 times Australian champions. America, we do sports car racing. Right. There's somebody in South Africa on the road with one.
One got shipped to Japan.
Japan, Italy. They go pretty much all over. They never cease to amaze me where they turn up. I think there's one in Canada now. And they change hands and
they just lose track of
then the phone rings and so have you got a wishbone for a OMS 21?
Done sports car racing in Asia and places like that, so they do turn up places you never expect.
There's some weird and wonderful developments in aerodynamics, particularly in the Goulds and others. Yours is a nice simple car, but do you go to a wind tunnel and to develop the aerodynamics?
We have a wind tunnel.
You have your own wind tunnel?
We have a wind tunnel. We have a 20 scale model one, a 20% one, which I built with Lee Griffiths. He did all the maths and I made it. Yeah. So we have got a wind tunnel and we've got a model. The model looks great, the tunnel looks great. We're just really getting our heads around it, but it does all work. It's there.
And you can get a good picture of a model wind tunnel.
Well, I hope so. Yeah, it is. It's very interesting because we've got smoke on and everything else. So we're building it up, but it is good. Just takes up an awful lot of room because it's ginormous and drafty when it's going.
You have to take a car down to the Catesby Tunnel one of these days.
Oh, I know. I've heard about that. It's just great having it where you can just turn it on. You know, it's yours and you can just put it on any time. Really. You don't have to book it or anything really. So.
Now, when it comes to driving, who's the star?
Well, between us, I'm not sure either of us. Trevor is.
You've got one good-looking driver and one fast one.
Oh, no, thanks. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're probably getting a bit old now, but I'm just conscious of that. But I still enjoy it.
But is this the second year with the big engine in this car?
For us, the car came out in 2020, pandemic year.
But with this engine?
Which engine, sorry?
Did it start with the V8 the first year?
Yeah.
It's always had this engine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Has it got enough power?
No, I thought it would, but it hasn't. But we're on to the next, so the next one we'll have. So.
Well, it's nice to see you at the start of a new
season.
season.
Great. Yeah.
Number 4 on the car? That's Trevor's car, of course.
It's Trevor's car. Yeah.
Well, you'll be number 3 on your car.
Well, that'd be good. I used to beat him, but it was a long time ago. Yeah. He's got quicker, I've got slower.
Stephen Lynn, thanks very much indeed.
Thanks. Cheers.